gonna huff and puff and blow your house down.
Oh, no, you're not. Hey, everyone, this is QuickShot88 here. That was a dramatization. Whatever. You know what I'm trying to say. That wasn't for real. But I'm just trying to make a point, you know, that things can happen. So, as normal law-abiding citizens, we need to be constantly armed. Well, I just wanted to show you my basic loadout that I carry every day. So, where did I... Oh. So, anyways, I carry 3 guns around me with wherever I go, inside my house and everywhere else. And no, I really don't. I'm not Ted Nugent. But I do always carry one. Everybody should always carry one legally with a concealed carry permit. But in this case, this is just for dramatization. You got me again. Anyways, so just so everybody knows, all these weapons were safety checked. There aren't any rounds in the magazines. There are magazines in the weapons, but there aren't any rounds. They've been checked numerous times. I don't want anybody to think that we're unsafe gun owners in this house. But I've noticed that there's a big, I don't know. There's just like a lot of people talking about their loadouts in their houses, their 4 main weapons, and that's what I want to talk about today. So I'm going to go ahead and set these weapons down if you don't mind. And then we'll talk about them a little bit. Alright, so if my camera woman would zoom in, this is what we have today. First on the list is the Beretta Nano 9mm semi-automatic pistol. Again, clear, no round in the chamber. Take the magazine out. Again, fully safe. All these weapons are completely safe. It's just just one disclaimer. I just want to make sure everybody understands that these are just opinions by me. Nobody should have to think that I'm trying to push my opinions or views on them. This is just totally how I feel that what I think is smart about carrying weapons inside your home. So this is my wife's primary carry weapon, the Beretta Nano 9mm. It's a very, when you first pick this pistol up, it kind of feels awkward, honestly. You don't really know how to hold it. It kind of feels really top heavy, but it's top heavy for a reason. This is a very small gun. It's smaller than my hand, and I have very small hands. That doesn't mean I have small other things. That just means I wear really small gloves, okay? But anyways, besides that, this is just a really small gun. So, being a really small gun, which means it's going to probably have a little bit more recoil, even only being a 9mm, the extra top heaviness really helps with compensating the recoil. So a lot of female shooters, and I know that there's a lot of female shooters out there that can probably shoot any caliber weapon 10 times better than I can. I'm not trying to talk about those individuals. I'm just talking about the average female. This is a very good carry weapon / bedside weapon. This is the weapon that my wife chooses to carry and keep at the bedside when she's sleeping, and I think it's a very good choice. Inside the weapon, she carries Golden Saber by Remington 9mm ammunition. I think that anybody that's ever been hit by a 9mm round, whether it's hollow point or full metal jacket, is definitely going to tell you that they don't ever want to experience that again. So all those people out there that think 9mm are not effective, I don't know where you're getting your information. Okay, so moving on. My primary bedside weapon is one of my most favorite guns. Took the longest, I think, to get used to, but it is the Smith & Wesson M&P40c, M&P40 compact. Smaller, obviously, because it's compact than the standard Smith & Wesson M&P line, but it's very manageable. It does take a little bit of training, but if you haven't trained with your weapons, then they're not weapons, they're paperweights. So, took a little bit of training to get used to the snappiness, the recoil of this weapon. You know, I'm not usually a person that's afraid of recoil, but just the type of recoil that comes out of a .40 caliber round, as most of you know, is just strange. It's really undescribable. But this one did take a little bit of getting used to, maybe about 150 rounds. After that, no issues at all. Very nice trigger break. It really takes no time to break the trigger, unlike the Beretta Nano, which can end up taking a lot longer for the trigger break. So then we're gonna talk about my backup weapon, or sometimes my primary weapon, my summer carry weapon. the Springfield XDS-45. Springfield XDS-45, very, very nice weapon, feels really great in the hand. Also keep this by my bedside, I keep 2 pistols by my bedside. I think it's a very, very good choice. There's nothing worse and more devastating, I think, and affordable than a 45 caliber ACP hollow point round. In this pistol in particular, I carry the Winchester Ranger personal defense rounds, hollow point, of course. Just an awesome all-around round. You don't have to spend a whole bunch of money on them, but they definitely get the job done. And then coming to the big daddy, the Maverick 88 by Remington. Alright, listen up, folks. I know this is a very economical choice, very cheap, as some people would say, weapon. I've never had an issue with this. Plenty of rounds shot through it. It's a little dirty because I don't clean it very often, but that's even better. Plenty of rounds shot through it and never had an issue. And this weapon is always loaded with PDX-1 rounds by Winchester. Very, very effective round. Many studies. I make sure I study all the ammunition I use to. I don't really care too much about my target ammo, but as far as personal defense, self-defense, home defense, I always make sure I do my research. PDX-1 round is definitely devastating. Definitely a great choice for home defense. One thing you may notice compared to other people that have posted their top 4 home defense weapons is that I do not have a sporting rifle. Wait, did he just say sporting rifle? Yeah, he said sporting rifle. What's a sporting rifle? Let me explain what a sporting rifle is. A sporting rifle is a semi-automatic rifle that most civilians are able to get. Okay, so unlike what other people say, you know, that we, have assault rifles and civilians shouldn't have assault rifles. Well, we don't have access to assault rifles. Assault rifles are fully automatic weapons. Why would we even have the access to that? We don't, and we never have. And without a special license, you never will get a chance to own a actual assault rifle. So what people have is sporting rifles. Now, is that saying that sporting rifles are not a great option for home defense or range defense or property defense? Absolutely not. That is one of the best weapons to choose, especially when you're in an area where you have to deal with wild boar, all those kind of things. I live in a very close quarters area. I have neighbors very close to me on either side, up and down, left and right. I choose not to shoot something with such high velocity and the amount of penetration that a .223, 5.56, or 7.62 round can produce. So that's why I choose these weapons. I got it. Quick shot. All your guns here can obviously penetrate through drywall. I know they can, but just it's a little bit less of a chance, I guess, than .223 or a high power rifle round. So these are just my opinions. This is what I have in my home for home defense. I recommend that everybody moves them around your house from time to time to make sure that people don't get used to where you have your weapons. I think it's a really good idea to make sure that you are keeping yourself safe and also keeping your weapons safe from theft or from children. Make sure they're constantly being moved around, but make sure you train yourself. Make sure you're having home drills. Make sure you're having drills with your family. What would we do? What are the words we're going to say to make sure you get flat on the floor, to make sure you don't get hit with stray rounds, anything like that. That's all very, very important stuff. We can talk about that in later videos. But real quick, for my first video on YouTube, I just want to go through my 4 home defense weapons, and that's pretty much it. This is QuickShot88. Please subscribe, and shout out to Hickok45. You're the man. Alright, QuickShot88 out.